Oli. Good morning. As you can see, I'm still in my cozy, nice, you know, still in my studio. And this is how we do it from our channel. We have different program and different outfits. So as you can tell, I am still almost half awake. But notwithstanding, we will crack on quickly because there's a lot we want to catch up with. So Mokeyin Ewalekosi. I'm just starting my laptop because if you have never followed us on our channel, you will not know what we discuss. You will be lost. But I pray that you will be part of us. Follow us, engage with us. You would not regret such. So try to remember to follow Koikimedia. Now, there was news few months back uh, regarding what we call a coup in Nigeria. And I'm going to be discussing about that because right now the federal government have taken steps to deal with people behind the coup. Àwọn tó fi gbàjọba tipátipá lọ́wọ́ President Tinubu. Those that doesn't want democracy, but rather they want to use, the coup to remove Tinubu from power. And now, finally, the government is taking steps to deal with them. So good morning once again. As you're joining us, please share the program and remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. A lot is happening in different parts of Africa, including Nigeria as well. And all we can say is that democracy is not perfect yet in Africa. We have witnessed many coups across different parts of Africa. I think the latest one was Benin Republic. Good morning, Okwe. Thank you so much for joining. Even though I did not announce in my staff that I'm coming live, because I believe some of them are sleeping and sometimes I don't want to wake them up. So she, Allah Dumari, Abami Drotie, Bubunti Wanon Fe, ní ibikíbi tí ó bá wà, Ọlọ́run á ṣe ní rọrùn fún ẹ. Ọlọ́run ní fi wá sílẹ̀, Ọlọ́run tó ń bá wa ṣọ́ gbogbo wa níbikíbi tá bá wà kò ní padà lẹ́yìn wa. Àwọn onílẹ̀ wá wà pẹ̀lú wa. Àdúrà wa gbà ju bá ṣe fẹ́ lọ. Thank you so much for staying awake. Mo kí yín ní the seventh continent of the world. Africa is a continent. Wow, I look very nice on my little, Mokia Easy. Aziz Badeshere is my brother in America that got me. I have about 3 different types. I have one there. So I love this one. I hope you like it as well. I'm not sure whether I can wear this in Nigeria due to the way Nigeria is. I just can't want yawa toti wole àwọn ìyá lálùbáríkà l'Amẹ́ríkà ní Nigeria ní Israel àtàyìn bàbá wa Olórí Adétóyọ̀sí mo kí yín ẹ ṣé gan ni mo kí kábíyèsí mo kí olórí káàkiri mo kí gbogbo èèyàn ọmọ ọba Adékájà ẹ ṣé gan ni lórí Instagram. Good morning, sir. If you're new to my platform, this is what we do. We're here all the time for you all. Adétóyọ̀sí Ọlákìsàn wife. Okay. Ọlákìsàn. Adétóyọ̀sí Ọlákìsàn wife. Okay, ṣé gan ni. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn olórí tó wà ní palace láti Ọ̀yọ́ lọ́dọ̀ bàbá wa láàfin lọ sí Ilé-Ifẹ̀ lọ sí bàbá wa Déjì Àkúrẹ́ Ọláké bàbá wa Kémta gbogbo àwọn ọba tí a lọ bá ní the 5 local government tí Yorùbá ń control ní Kogi state. Mo kí gbogbo wa títí dé ìlú Èkó. So let's crack on quickly because there's a lot I want to cover. How many of us remember there was a coup? Mama sọ English àti Yorùbá. because mo fẹ́ kí message yẹn dọ́dọ̀ àwọn, because they might probably not understand Yoruba. So it's better for me to speak in English so that we can deliver the message to many people as possible. Saying, you know what, please bear with us. It's not just a Yoruba platform, it's also an international platform. Well, the news is all over the place now, so I'll be using my laptop and my iPad. This is my mother's iPad, apparently. I got it from, after she passed on. This is my beautiful late mother. That's her there. A lovely mother. If she was alive, she will also be alive with me watching. And that shows that this world, we are going to come and go. Lekon from Abeokuta, thank you so much, Mr. Olalekon. The real, thank you so much. The real norms, I cite you. Eshegoniyawa Olori, Adetoyo Simukinyi. So let's move on swiftly. I want to talk about the coup. How many of us remember there was a coup? Eshegoni for the gift. All our gifters, we're grateful. Thank you so much. There's a slogan in UK that says in one of the stores, every little help. Look, this is penny. We still spend penny here. So every penny counts. 10 penny becomes, whatever. And if you go to store, you buy something, you get a change of penny. So every little donation on our platform goes a long way to allow us to do quite a lot. So let's go straight to the discussion. Coup, Nigeria. And as soon as I typed in the coup in Nigeria, which is on my iPad, as you can see there, straight away, it brings a lot of information on Google, which I'm going to share with us. We've already posted it on Koikimedia internationalnews.com. In case there by T Badiri, please remember to listen to or visit our website. We're trying our best. We are competing with organizations that have huge resources like Al Jazeera, Sky, Channels, TVC, Arise, Euronews, DW, Fox News, New York Times, and many more like that. So Koikimedia is also competing with them. And it is only our followers that can help us to allow us to reach the 7 continents of the world. If you're watching us in Australia, refer people to always come to our website. They can read from it and they can also take information out of it. Apart from the live broadcast that we do have our own website. So if I show you the website from this laptop, so this is my laptop. So you will notice that this is our website. We are putting a lot of news every day. Local news, international news, event happening. So very important that you help us to visit this website. As you can see there, you can see that we have quite a lot of news there. And we're still developing. Competing with CNN and all this is not easy. So if you go on our website, today is the 22nd of April. Lano, some of the news in Africa, Soja Meta, làwọn terrorists in Kwara State. Kwara is becoming unbearable now. A lot of military personnel are being killed by the terrorists in Kwara State, Nigeria. So the governor disclosed that the incident occurred around 3 a.m., almost like this time, because Nigeria and the UK is now on the same time. We're, parallel. The terrorists launched an assault on military formation in the area, according to the Kwara State Governor, Abdulrazak, has confirmed it. So we're getting a lot of terrorist attack in Kwara State. Also, yesterday we talked about, day before yesterday, the U.S. began refund system of $166 billion Trump tariff after Supreme Court ruling. Um, on the 20th, we talked about I was refused entry at Ogun East. Benga Daniel and Dakwabiodun Mokin Ifa Ojawale, they are having tug of war. Benga Daniel and the current governor, Dakwabiodun. So politics is playing in Ogun State. But that is not where we are going this morning. Where we are actually going is the discussion around the coup in Nigeria. There've always been coup in Nigeria, so it's not the first time that we are witnessing coup. But now the difference is that, okay, why is this not more crossover lacking? Let's see if I can still do it. I have to cross over the program I'm doing right now so that they can watch it on the other platform. I forgot to cross over before I started the program. Let's see if we can still do it. I hope so. But now, yeah, I can cross it, I can toberry. All right, if otherwise we'll just manage it like that, then I will deal with it later. So, as we all know, it's not the first time, we have witnessed, some of us never saw or witnessed a coup. We just heard that there were coup, during many era of the Nigerian military. They've done a lot of coups that have set us back. This coup has had impact. Yeah, I should have started before I started, but it's not. It's okay. This coup has been a lot of setback for Nigeria as a whole. I'm talking about coups that took place many years back. Some of us were probably not born when they were having all this coup. We just read it in history that Babangida overthrown Buhari, Buhari overthrown Chagari, Muritala Mohammed was killed, Aguiyi, many coups that have taken place. And you would thought that after all these years, I mean, we are back to democracy. It's not perfect. Nobody is here to defend democracy. But since that is what we are practicing, we are no longer in the military era where our military boys, they are military administrator in our state, and we long controller. So since we're in democracy, ìjọba lágbádá ló ń pè bẹ́ẹ̀, politicians, fún yín ní rice, fún yín lágbàdo, bọ̀lì, and they will say they're going to do this, and probably they're not doing it. But the fact that in as much as we are not in the military regime, it seems that there are some individuals that are not comfortable with the democracy. They are not comfortable with it. And if they are not comfortable with the democracy, that means that, good evening, Awori, Ekaro, Ekale, Ekason, because time zones are different. If you're in China, you're probably way ahead of every one of us. If you're in Australia, New Zealand, if you're in America, you are just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as this 1:11, if you're in Canada, you're probably 10 o'clock in the night, or probably 11, depending on which part of Canada or America you are. But in London, United Kingdom, where I currently reside, I pray you get a visa to get here. Do not let anybody tell you don't come to UK. That's bullshit. Abroad. If you can japa out of Nigeria, japa. Okay? Because Nigeria is not stabilized. There's poverty, there's insecurity, there's electricity problem. But we just pray that at least President Tinubu will deal with the security before he leaves power. Whether he returns back, I don't know what is going to happen. You know, there are a lot of speculation that election will go ahead. There are some that doesn't want election to hold. And these are the reason why we are discussing what we are discussing this morning. So even according to Al Jazeera, the news I'm about to discuss is already on Al Jazeera. So I'm going to put on my glasses. Sometimes there's a reflection with the glasses on the screen. So bear with me. So 13 hours ago, according to BBC, which is, you know, what most of you believe. But what some of you don't understand is the BBC, this BBC is funded by TV license. Without me paying for TV license, you cannot watch BBC. So when we say support Koikimedia, support us, fún wa ní support voluntarily, so that káwa náà lè dàbí BBC. Because BBC might not discuss what I'm discussing in Yoruba and in Pidgin and in my language. Fẹ̀yìntì really gets in tó ń But many of you might not know that the BBC, you know, which has brought the news that I'm about to talk about, our not in me, website, website, we have the news there. I've just posted it to TikTok and all the platform because I just woke up not too long ago. So my fellow news and yeah. So this is the news on our website as well. So let me bring again the website. So if you come to our website, koikimedianews.com, so that is the news. That is the headline. You can see Nigeria emblem. So you can see the headline there. This is the headline that says, Federal Government of Nigeria have now filed charges against alleged coup plotters. That's what I'm going to be discussing this morning. But please, you know, visit our website and you will be able to see all those information there. Now, but I'm just going to use the reference of BBC has also picked the news, which is the headline. You can see there, the same headline, probably the same, different way, the way we, you know, put our own headline. But it's still the same message. Nigeria charges 6 people with treason over Independence Day coup plot. BBC. Let's go to Al Jazeera. Al Jazeera, Nigerian charge 6 people with terrorism, treason over 2025 coup plot. That's President Bola Tinubu there. Now, let's just stick to the history. If I asked Google, let me put this one like this. How many coups have taken place in the history of Nigeria? Coup mélòó ló ti ṣẹlẹ̀ ní gbogbo history Nigeria? Okay, I'll give you all the latest information to help you for your own discussion. Maybe tell me about the program me, especially the Gen Z, so that you know that military coup, the reason why we are where we are today is because some of the military coups that took place in Nigeria, it has not helped us till date because they didn't account for anybody. Most of the money that was stolen during Abacha is still in America. We're talking about billions of dollars. And some of those funds are returned to Nigeria with little interest on it. Owó epo tí ó yẹ kó fi develop Nigeria, the money that they should have used to develop Nigeria after the sales of crude oil were deposited across different banks around the globe. And today, many Nigerians, whether Yoruba, Igbo, Ishekiri, Ijo, Hausa, I don't know about Fulani because Fulani is not part of Nigeria. They are, you know, just managed to become power, you know, I'm trying to look for the right word. They've become powerful in Nigeria, with the influence of some people, because Fulani is not part of Nigeria from the beginning. So Nigeria has experienced 8 significant military coups and coup attempts since independence in 1960. Látìgbà tí òyìnbó ní kẹ́ as an independent country after the 1914 fraudulent amalgamation tó fi kó Igbo, Yorùbá, Hausa tí Fúlàní wá jẹ gàba lórí wa, àwọn ìran Uthman Dan Fodio tó ní àwọn làwọn ní Nàìjíríà. We have witnessed, or we have experienced or witnessed, some of us never witnessed it, but we know now that in 2025, in 21st century, there were a group of people, mostly northerners, that wanted to overthrow President Bola Tinubu during a democratic government. Whether Tinubu is performing well or not, if you are not happy with him, you will take him out from the ballot box, not through the gun. That's what they wanted to do. They were ready to remove Tinubu by force using gun. And you know what that means. He could have been killed. And for those of us that probably have been looking at the way Nigeria is structured, if such has happened, àtẹni tó náà ò fẹ́ ká dá dúró, àtẹni tó náà ò fẹ́ Nigeria, we will all be set back again for probably another 40 years. Because they're not, firstly, military takes power, they will not return you back to a democratic government. They will tell the international community, and please do not compare Nigeria with Burkina Faso and all those countries, because there is no way we can have military coup in Nigeria run by Fulani government when we have Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, because any military coup that is going to happen, which the federal government now wants to file charges against this individual, will have not been from Yoruba people, maybe one or two, but it is likely that everybody that was involved in the military coup were from the north. And when one intention, let it truncate the democracy and run lower. Let me say it again. The democracy might not be perfect. The democracy might not work to our favor, because the purpose of democracy is to make sure that things are done properly. We have stable electricity, security, economic is working, education, healthcare. That is the purpose of democracy. But the military taking over the power will set Nigeria backwards. But from what we are reading now, 8 significant military coups since 1960. Thank you so much for the umbrella, the super gift from the super chat, and those, we appreciate, we're grateful, and we hope that you will never be tired. So I believe I should follow you back, at least if one gift. Once again, it's a live transmission. It's 4:30 in the morning. Journalists work overnight. They work in the afternoon. This platform is open 24/7 for discussion. We had a discussion yesterday. This is a different conversation these early hours of the morning. Let me read the comment there. Tinubu criticized Jonathan today. He arrests citizens who seek accountability. Well, that is democracy. It's not perfect. Does not mean if Tinubu criticized Jonathan, for that reason, Tinubu must be removed by fraudulent Fulani cabals. So don't come here and tell me Tinubu is arresting anybody, he's discussing, he's doing this. It doesn't matter. Does that mean that they should have a coup in Nigeria? Are you saying now that because I know, this is where some of you, your brain needs to open up. Because Tinubu criticized Jonathan, they should take a coup and remove Tinubu from government. If Tinubu criticized Jonathan, let everybody go and vote in 2027 and vote Tinubu out. Don't come and tell me he criticized Jonathan, his citizen accountability. What has that got to do with coup? So use your, medulla oblongata when you're putting comments here. Tinubu has taken Nigeria decades back. It does not matter. It is still going to be complete democracy. So if he has taken us back, when it comes to election time, vote him out. We will not, as a Yoruba man, sit here and allow Fulani to take power through coup. If they do that, I will not see what is going to happen, but Yoruba people will fight back. And we will fight according to millions of Yoruba people. So this is not, that time where we don't understand anything. We are well exposed, we are grounded, we are educated. Any military coup this time around, that is the end of Nigeria. Fulani has been used to disable list for years. Yes, Fulanis have been used to disable a lot of African countries. I think that's what you want to say. So don't come and tell me Tinubu is this, Tinubu is that. No, that's not what we're talking about. If anybody is not happy with Tinubu, vote him out during the next election. But we are not going to sit back and allow power mongers from the north to destabilize the current democracy. And don't come and tell me Tinubu has taken us back 40 years ago. Buhari took us back 100 years ago. So if Tinubu is adding extra to it, that's the reason why the country will never be won. Sema Wasibi by especially, I know the Igbos are the one, fueling all these stupid agenda when you come to this comment section. Any Yoruba person that says Tinubu is not working, you have the right. But any Yoruba that come and say because Tinubu is not working, military must take over. Ọmọ àlè Yorùbá ni. Mo kí yín Ìyá wa Wúrà property ojúmọ́ ire o. Ọmọ àlè Yorùbá, ọmọ àlè pọ́nbélé Yorùbá lẹni náà. I won't curse you, but ọmọ àlè nìyẹn. So because Tinubu is not doing well, kí military gbàjọba. Do you understand what that means? Àyànfẹ́ Elédùmarè mo kí yín ẹ káàárọ̀ sà, ẹ káàárọ̀ mà. So ẹ má wá síbí báyìí. Ọmọ Yíbò lè sọ pé kó gba ìjọba. Àti mọ̀ pé àwọn ọmọ Yíbò like it. Don't tell me to relocate. I don't have to relocate to Nigeria. So Tibi by Yoba tell Lorun, walk away. We are not relocating back to Nigeria. I live in UK. I don't live in Nigeria. So don't tell me relocate back to Nigeria. I just left Nigeria in January. Idiots. Don't tell me to come and relocate to Nigeria. So anyway, if it distract you, because now any you yaka sorrow. Anytime that's the way they do, especially all this, Omale Yoruba àti Igbo. Igbo tó ń fi pàjí yẹ lórí bed. We are not here to defend Tinubu, but does that mean that they should take power by military? That's what I'm discussing here. So let me not concentrate. Let's go back to the discussion. Because I need to figure out time one instant. Kò dẹ̀ ní kan ṣe ẹni tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí nísìn. Nigeria has seen, experience Eshegoni for the gift. Please power tap and bring somebody else to come and listen. Nigeria, láti ìgbà independent, since independent. Ẹ̀yin máa bá mi tako ẹni yẹn lórí comment section kí mi máa bá ṣe lọ because ó kàn máa distract me. Since independent, Mr. Day Tono Taiwo Mokinye Karo. Wellness, thank you, good morning. 8 military coup. That means Latin 1960, TTD 2025. There is Eshegoni for the gift, the rose. Thank you. Thank you so much. There are people that just doesn't want Nigeria to progress through democracy. They want to take us back to military era. And that is not good for us now. So let's read quickly. Nigeria has experienced 8 significant coups and coup attempts since independence in 1960, with at least mẹ́fà nínú ẹ̀ was successful power takeover between 1966 and 1993. Do you understand what that means? From 1966 títí dé 1993, ẹ̀yin tó bá ṣe bí ní after 1993, ẹ farabalẹ̀ kẹ́ gbọ́ bí báyìí. Àbọ̀rọ̀ mo yé nísìn. From 1966, àgúnrò sí ni o, gbogbo wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o, wọ́n ti ṣe ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ coup. Ó wà lára tó fa ìdíwọ́ fún àwa Yorùbá lénìí and Nigeria at large. This intervention created military coups in Nigeria, say a long period of military rule and intermittent democratic government. If Nigeria was left since 1960 the way it has run, without any interruption, the southwest of Nigeria will be grounded better than any other place. There's no doubt about it. We can be proud to say that. Eshegoni, brother Ayinka, good morning. But because of the military coup, Ofunwani setback, it took us back for many years. It took us back for many years. And that is what we are witnessing today. Because during the Western region, we saw how the southwest part of Nigeria was progressing. We were going like that. And the moment the military coup came in, we started dropping down. Now, let's start from the first. These are the timeline, and you can do your own verification as well on Google. Timeline of the coup, timeline of the key, kokoro, the key to the coup in Nigeria. January 15, 1966, there was a successful coup that was led by Major Chukwuma Kaduna Nziogu, terminated the First Republic. The first àwọn tó kọ́kọ́ ṣe coup, àwọn lọ bà regional government jẹ́. They destroyed the regional government. We will not have 36 states, because 36 states. What the British gave us was kulukalukulo manage the region, because in as much as the 1914 amalgamation was imperfect, we still end up having, a regional government where we could have managed ourselves and develop. Let me repeat again. These are the timeline of the coup in Nigeria. January 15, 1966, ọdún mẹ́fà after we got independent, some crazy people, mad people all over the world, worked with some individuals from certain ethnic groups and destroyed the regional government and set us back. Mr. Nuruddin, good morning. My family are doing very well. That was led by Major Chukwuma Kaduna Nziogu. Tá bá dárúkọ àwọn ẹ̀yà tó jẹ́, ẹ̀yin tí mọ̀ ẹ̀yà tó jẹ́ from the name. You understand what I'm saying? We can't be as some individuals that doesn't want to learn, because the reason why history was removed is because they don't want you to know what happened. So let's go further. July 29, 1966, the same year, Remember, the first one was January, February, March, April, May, June, July. 6 months after that, there was another coup. Thank you so much, Mr. Yinka. Benny, this is a lecture time and this platform is meant for reasonable citizens. So if you're not interested, kindly exit. Nobody forced you to sit here. And you cannot use, because Tinubu is not working, then you want to take him out by military coup. We, Yoruba, will not accept that. Even if you're a Yoruba man, I have said, or Yoruba woman, or Malenia. There was another counter coup. We're coming to the one that happened in 2025, but there's no way I can be talking about a coup of 2025 when we don't talk about the coup that happened in 1966. Okay? So we must first, talk about the coup. The purpose of the discussion is nothing more than why do we want to use coup to remove Tinubu? Nobody used coup to remove Jonathan. Either they use whatever means to remove him, but it was through democracy. I never saw coup. 8 years of Buhari, we never saw coup. During Yaradua, there was no coup. During, Obasanjo, there was no coup. So whatever your argument about this government, you have every right to talk about the government. But my question is, should coup be used to remove Tinubu out of office? Because Tinubu promised us light. He didn't give us light. Tinubu gave us subsidy, and yet, people are still hungry. All that is not the question. The question is, should we remove President Tinubu from office using coup? And why has been 8 coup, 6 successful, that set Nigerian backwards? We know the tribe that started the coup and another tribe, and we know the sponsor. Yoruba was part of the sponsor. But for many years, coup has set Nigeria backwards. Mokia Adituoro, OLAYOMI. Now, in 1 year, we had 1 coup in January and a counter coup in July. The counter coup was led by Lieutenant Colonel Muritala Mohammed and other northern officers. That was in July 29, 1966. By February 13, 1976, there was a failed coup led by Lieutenant Colonel Buka Suka Dimka, resulted in the death of General Muritala Mohammed, but did not succeed in taking over the power. That was in 1976. No, sorry. There was a coup in 1975, before 1976. On July 29, General Yakubu Gowon was disposed in a bloodless coup in 1975. That was 3 years before I was born. And since when I was born, Nigeria has not given us the kind of country that we want. Nigeria has literally set us backwards more than many years. It doesn't matter who is in power, whether it's Tinubu in power, whether it was Buhari, Jonathan. None of them have given us exactly what we want. But the purpose of this discussion is that the military has taken Nigeria backwards. Thank you so much, Dr. Femi, for the rose. We're grateful to you, sir. Adukwe Amolori. After the 1975, there was a failed coup by Dimka in 1976, February 13, precisely. There was a coup at 1983, December 31st, by Sebaba, the same Sebaba that Tinubu brought back using Agbada. But when Tinubu brought him back, by whatever means, which is politics is a dirty game in Africa. By whatever means, whether Tinubu did this, Tinubu did that, and they pushed Jonathan out. They never used coup to remove Jonathan. It does not matter how Jonathan was removed from power. Jonathan could have refused to allow, Buhari become president. Yes, he's an incumbent. It will be bloody, but there's nothing. But even he can arrest Buhari, the country will just be, somersault. But coup kololo, they can use different tactics, which is normal. Politics is a dirty game in Africa. Even you can say Tinubu was the part of those that brought Fulani. It doesn't matter. It is not a coup. But the fact that, according to the news now that has filtered out from the BBC, this is Al Jazeera, Nigerian government now wants to finally, put people that wanted to overthrow Tinubu, because that's the whole idea. They want to overthrow Tinubu using the military coup. Maybe that is their own way of removing Tinubu from office. Maybe on this is how we're going to remove Tinubu from office, because Tinubu also used whatever means with Buhari to remove Jonathan. They came to protest. But the problem is, a military coup that have been in the past is the reason why we have a setback. Tabatuwani Katulosi, okay, Tinubu has not done well. Military must come back. Don't compare Nigeria with Niger or Burkina Faso. Those are one tribe. In Nigeria, any military coup that will have happened will have been a Fulani coup. And a Fulani will have taken over and dealt with Igbo. The same Igbo way they complain about Tinubu, military will not give you everything you're asking for under a military regime. Military will not give you everything you're asking for, as Hausa people. Military will not give us anything, even those of us that say we want Yoruba nation, Biafra nation, military will tell you to shut up. Okay, get out. You're not going to get anything of such. And the military will be telling international community, even they can sanction them. They don't care. Military don't care. If they sanction them, they will still live a large life. It is me and you that will suffer. If America sanction Nigeria as a military coup, military people don't suffer. They will still send people to buy something for them, bring it to Nigeria. Go to Myanmar. There's a country called Myanmar. Is a military regime there. Their people, they suffer. The military are fat every day. Go and look at them. The West will make money out of it as well, because this is where more corruption will happen. But we'll come back to that. Let's read again all the list of the coups that have taken place in Nigeria, since 1966 or since 1960, which started from 1966. So we are now at December 31st, 1983. Major General Muhammadu Buhari took over power by ending the Second Republic. Okay, let me explain that. The Second Republic means that election was conducted by, I believe, Obasanjo, that they should go and vote. We talked about it on the program the other day, 12th, 3rd or whatever, and Baba Olawo lost because of that. But if we have been left with that Shehu Shagari, there will have been more election. Democracy will start perfecting or not perfecting. Either way, is either it will be good or it will be bad. Imagine if after Shehu Shagari, another election, civilian, another election, but Buhari, that was trained in the UK, Buhari, another Fulani man, decided that no, we don't want any civilian government. December 31st, 1983, Buhari took over power. August 27, 1985, 2 years after that, another military boy, because they were all boys then. They were young like me and you. We are in our 40s. These crazy people, they were overthrowing themselves from government at the age of 30. Some of them were 27. And the whole idea was because they get gone, just like those that are terrorizing us today. The reason why they're terrorizing is because they have gone. If everybody have the same kind of weapon, we will not be scared of them. If you are traveling in your vehicle and you have your AK-47 rifle, do you think that somebody can tell you to stop and you will stop? They fire, you fire back. Thank you so much, Dr. Femi. Thank you. We appreciate, every little helps. All this gift goes a long way. Because when I withdraw the money, if I don't spend it here for myself, look, if I am driving to Djibouti from Lagos and left to me, even if I have just my pistol and one Fulani man just come on the road, shoot, pa, 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 we fire each other back. Is it that one person go before one person? But 2 years after Buhari took power, good morning, those of you that have joined us. In 1985, Babangida is still alive. But when Babangida was doing that nonsense, he was in his young prime age. Babangida ousted Buhari in a palace coup. Are you going with me? There was a failed coup on April 22, 1990 by Major Gideon Oka. Attempt to overthrow General Ibrahim Baba. I remember that time. I was still very young. I think I have not got to Abeokuta Grammar School. When I put 1991 in Abeokuta Grammar School. But that news went viral then that, but eventually, that coup did not materialize. In November 17, 1993, General Sani Abacha, that one at dark glasses in they put on, seized power from Shonekon, Ijoba Fidie. How many of you remember Shonekon? Shonekon was the man from Ogun State that Babangida say, just hold on to power for me. Maybe I will Maradona, I will come back from the back. But Abacha say, Ori Okbe, it may not be presidency, but using the military style. So, for many years, we were set back. Now, I've given you the back end of the coup, and I'm going to just summarize it without interruption for the benefit of those of you that have joined us. These are the timeline of the key coup in Nigeria. January 15, 1966, a successful coup was led by Major Chukwuma Kaduna Nzegu that terminated the First Republic. July 29, 1966, there was another successful counter-coup led by Lieutenant Colonel Muritala Mohammed and other northern officers. July 29, 1975, there was another successful coup by General Yakubu Gowon, was disposed in a bloodless coup. February 13, 1976, there was a failed coup by Lieutenant Colonel Buka Suka Dimka, resulted in the death of General Muritala Mohammed, but did not succeed in taking over the power. July 29, 1975, there was another successful coup. General Yakubu Gowon was disposed. Okay, I read that already. February 13, 1976, Dimka failed, but December 31st, 1983, there was a successful coup by Major General Muhammad Buhari, that everybody known as Sebaba. He has already died as well. He took over power, ending the Second Republic. So the First Republic was ended. The Second Republic as well. Are you now saying that they should end Tinubu democracy with coup and then set us back again for only God knows how many years we will be running under all this military administrator? When Buhari took over, Babangida was not happy. They were planning on August 27, 1985, General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, that people know as Maradona, took over power from Buhari. Gideon Oka wanted to take Babangida out on April 22, 1990, but it failed. There was a successful one after Babangida gave power to Shonekon interim government, Abacha took over. Now, let's now come back to the current coup that took place. This coup that took place, we've known about it for some time. Even New York Times have picked the news. I'm just reading the New York Times. Nigeria charges 6. So it's a big story. It's a big story. Now, let's go with what we know so far from the latest government charges against those that want to overthrow the government. Nigeria charges 6 people with terrorism, treason over 2025 coup plot. The Nigerian authorities have now charged 6 military officers over an alleged plot to overthrow President Bola Tinubu. If they were successful, myself and you will be run by military boys in our state. There will be no more governors. The constitution, will be taken off. Nigerian authorities have charged 6 people, including a retired major general and a serving police inspector, with terrorism, treason over an alleged plot to overthrow President Bola Tinubu, according to documents filed at the Federal High Court in Abuja. The 6 were all in custody on Tuesday, while the 7th suspect, a former Bayelsa State Governor, Tim Perry Sylvia, who is accused of helping to conceal the plot, is still at large. That one done oti fese gbele. Oti gbele. The former governor of Bayelsa State was involved. You understand now? You see why, in a country like Nigeria today, the chances that we will be one forever is very, very slim. But for now, we are still one country. But the chances that we are now forever as a one country is very, very slim. So we're going to be ending very soon. Let me just wrap it up. The government had initially denied the existence of the alleged coup. I remember when this coup occurred, even before the coup, some of us have some information that there will be coup. We were announcing it on my platform 2 years before the coup, as soon as Tinubu came to government. But when that coup happened, the government denied it. But you can't deny something that is visible, something that everybody saw coming. So there's no amount of denial that happened. The government wanted to deny it. 16 military officers were arrested in 2025 over what the military authority described as act of indiscipline, breach of service regulation, prompting rumors of a coup plot, which was initially denied by the government. Shortly after denying the alleged coup plot, President Tinubu reshuffled the country's top military generals. In the 13-count charge sheet, authorities said suspects conspire with one another to wage war against the state to overthrow the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The charges name retired Major General Muhammad Ibrahim Ghana. We know those kind of people on their name. That is somebody from the north, whether na Fulani, whether na Hausa, but this person no be Yoruba, this person no be Igbo. Get that fact right. Retired Captain Erimos Oshagwo Victor, we can tell from that name, is not a northerner, but somewhere from the south or south-south. Inspector Ahmed Ibrahim, they don't have to tell you the name. We know that name, where it comes from. Zakiri Umuru, again, these are names that we know who they are. Buka Kashim Guni is not Shetima, Kashim Shetima. You know that name sound the same. So we know that from that side. And Wokyoyalong, the northern Kabas. Guni Abubakar Sani, the 6 were also accused of conspiring with one another to commit an act of terrorism, of indirectly but knowingly render support to Colonel Mohammed Al-Hassan Maji and others to commit acts of terrorism. Maji has been named as the mastermind of the coup in the previous Nigerian media reports. So just to finish it up, it is good news that the coup never becomes successful, because it will have set every one of us backwards. But as we continue to monitor the situation in Nigeria, we will continue to keep you up to date with the latest news across Africa. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. God bless you. Till we meet again. 60 minutes on Koikimedia. Odaro. Bye for now.